Well, it's Tuesday and I'm Jane with Scraptastic Yarns. Here you're going to get a little bit of everything. You know how it goes. I show you finished items. I show you items that I've been working on for years on end. So it seems. And we have a lot of fun with the What in Tarnation stories. And we have a doozy today. Comes right out of the Bible. Alright, let's get started. Finished items. I have a couple of hats that are finished. And this is the hat by Bag a Day. That is the crochet version of the bush trucker beanie. Now, as always, I did it with the H hook, you know, like she did. Yep, being short's a wonderful thing. But this fits the person it's intended to fit. And then I have another Ross beanie that I did. I love these, you know, working these up. It's a lot of fun. Now, I finally caught up on the birthstone make-along, and that is with Judy at Witch Piece Crafts. And this month's gemstone is pearl. So I chose the big twist with that sparkle. I don't think you could see the sparkle too well. Maybe not. And then I just used white, and then I had some kind of dusky pink there. And as you can see, I've got way off somewhere. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to put a border in it and I will build it up so it works fine. Because I was not ripping it all the way out. Just was not doing it. Actually, I may rip it out later, but because I didn't notice it until a few minutes ago. You know how that goes. First, now I have some whips that I'm pulled out from the whip bin that I have needed to work on and forgot all about, or set them aside because of other things going on. But first of all, I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a day, man. It was a day. Rarely do I drink wine, but I had a glass of wine before I went to bed. First thing started with those of you that are on the Scraptastic group page, you know, Facebook page, you know I posted the link to the article that was in our local paper about the prayer shawl ministry and the yarn shortage. Okay? Chase did a great job with the article, explained everything together, but I didn't give him contact information for contact, so people were contacting him at the paper of where to help with yarn. So he forwarded those emails. So yesterday morning I spent part of the morning calling those people, emailing, that kind of thing. Took about an hour to do all that. And then I had some other calls that I needed to make to some organizations, see if they needed anything for the prayer shawl. That took another hour. There was someone that needed some help with comfort dolls, so I called and talked to her, and we had a good conversation for about 30 minutes, just talking about everything. It was great. And she is someone who just retired and is planning on joining the prayer shawl ministry, but she wanted some help with crochet comfort dolls. So, you know, I talked with her for a little bit, and then I went to fuse my woven fuse to my bags using the iron I normally use, and I just could not get it to fuse to the fabric. And I was getting frustrated, and then it dawned on me. The iron's not getting hot enough. Now this is one of those Panasonic cordless. Basically you have the base you plug it into. It's getting hot, but it's not getting hot enough to fuse. And when you fuse, woven fuse, you don't use steam, it's dry heat. So I had to pull out my old iron to get it to fuse this morning. That did work. But it made me realize last night, I've been putting off getting a heat press. Probably about 2 years. I make enough bags that a heat press would make sense instead of using an iron. So Jane's going to be looking for heat presses. Alright, one of the whips that I pulled out was the Tunisian bias blanket that I was doing in that, I believe it's dogwood color. And which has been discontinued, and I'm sad to hear that because it's a beautiful color. I do have 4 skeins of it, and this is Tunisian crochet on the bias, and I'm really loving it. And I don't know why I put it back and just didn't pick it up, but you know, for some reason didn't pick it up. Now I will tell you, I made the bush tracker beanie by Gary of Urban Yarn. I made that a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, something like that. I could not find all my needles that I used. So they are someplace extremely safe for me and everyone. So yesterday morning I had to go to Joann's, which is about 40 minutes away, to get some needles. Now, I could have gone to Williamsport, but Williamsport, they never had the needles, so I went to State College. They had the needles. But it was one of those that I just kind of laughed at myself because those things are real nice and safe. Now, I started this way back in probably 2019. And that stitch marker where I had started, all I had gotten done was the setup and I think 1 row of the lace. So I've done a couple more rows of the lace down to, I'm ready to start row 7 on this. And this yarn is something that I have to use very carefully because it is the Vita Lana Aloft in the color Wee Violets. It is 48% merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, 32% organic cotton, and it is a DK weight. And that is the color weight there. And it is gorgeous. It is a chain spun. And here is the actual pattern. This is the book it came from. Nick Crakes. See that? Can you see when that was? Way back in June 2019. I had started it in July 2019. But there is the knit shawl that I am doing, and it is the Rose of Lavender shawl. Now, it is alpaca. Does have that in there. We know I'm allergic to alpaca. However, I wear cotton gloves or my arthritic gloves, the ones that are by, can't think of the name of the people, so that it protects my hands. This morning I didn't do that, just used my hands, and my hands are sore from just doing a couple of rows this morning. So we'll see how that goes, right? But that's kind of where it's at. I have a couple more bags to cut out and to line, and then I will begin sewing this afternoon on those bags. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I think I told you last week Thomas is off his chemo for another week. We've been watching his temps. I've been wearing a mask whenever I go out, so I don't catch anything to bring it back to him. He's doing well. The wound that was where his ostomy bag is healed up, but he's got some other little issues. Apparently he doesn't like his skin does not like the skin prep. That is a normal skin prep that you get with it, because he breaks out with it. And the one that we have been using, which normally you would use it every other bag change, we use it every bag change because it protects his skin more and he doesn't have any breakout issues with it, is a Cavalon Advance, which is a pretty penny. It's about $9 per use, and of course, you know, healthcare doesn't cover that, so that's out of pocket. That's a rather interesting beast to use, but we found a company that has a smaller version of it. Larger versions run about $15 to $16. We found a smaller version was, you know, has less in it, so there's not as much to go to waste. And it's through a company called Medical Monks. We both love the name. And every time we order, they give us a coupon, you know, that gives us anywhere from 10 to 20% off. So that helps with that cost. And yeah, they're quick. They're very fast. Some of the other medical companies, it takes 2, sometimes 3 weeks to get. Usually we get it within 3 to 4 days after ordering. So if you have any need for medical supplies, you might want to check out Medical Monks. Alright, are you ready for a little what in tarnation? I am. I apologize for my cat's tail. Scottish Parliament member goes viral after his cat photobombs a Zoom meeting. Zoom meetings are quite fun, and if there is one, we love everything about them. It's the funny interruptions that happen every once in a while that make it even better. Recently, a Scottish member of Parliament went viral after his cat, Rojo, photobombed a virtual meeting. John Nicholson, a Parliament member for Oakhill and South Perthshire, was speaking about the advantages of putting subtitles on children's television when he was suddenly interrupted by his cat's tail waving across the screen. I apologize for my cat's tail, the lawmaker told his colleagues, as Rojo casually walked in front of the camera. And only cats can walk casually in front of cameras. The others in the meeting started to laugh while Nicholson was trying hard to keep his composure after the cat stole the spotlight. And oh yes, there's video. This next story. Yesterday we had rain, hail, lightning, all that kind of fun stuff. And this one is rather, it can be scary, I would think, if you were in the car. Lightning strikes a car on Florida highway, leaves gouge in the road. A lightning strike on a car traversing a Florida highway caused damage to the vehicle and the road, but not the driver. Florida Highway Patrol said lightning struck a Nissan Rogue traveling westbound Monday morning in Interstate 75 in Broward County. The lightning strike about 11:20 a.m. caused damage to the vehicle's antenna and electrical system. No doubt. I'd hate to have that computer chip fried. The strike also left a 7-foot-long, 4-inch wide gouge in the road. The driver of the car, a 48-year-old Naples man, was not injured in the strike. The car was towed from the scene and highway crews were alerted to the damage to the pavement. This next story is rather interesting just because of the ties. Woman finds note with childhood phone number in thrift store nightstand. A California woman took to social media to document the strange story of a thrift store nightstand and a concealed note that was written by a childhood friend. Valencia Walker, a San Diego woman who uses the handle @ValenciaVibing on TikTok, posted a video to the site explaining how she purchased a set of secondhand nightstands from a local Goodwill store. Walker said she found a note hidden in one of the nightstands that appeared to have been written by a child. The note contained a series of phone numbers, including one listed for Carly, that Walker, whose sister's name is Carly, identified as her own childhood number. We have not had a home phone probably like 10 to 15 years. But what are the chances of that? Walker said in the video. Walker said she found the girl's name on another note hidden in the nightstands, and a Facebook message confirmed the nightstands had once belonged to a family of a childhood friend. My heart's like a little trembly. This is really cool, Walker said. And isn't that? That's a pretty cool find. Now recently in Philadelphia, a contractor had a very unique surprise. Contractor finds 7 kittens, 9 cats inside wall of a vacant home. A Philadelphia contractor who was taking down a wall in an abandoned home when a kitten fell out. He wound up ending up rescuing 9 cats and 7 kittens from inside that wall. Philadelphia Animal Care and Control said in a Facebook post that the contractor was taking down a wall at a vacant home where meowing had been heard inside the wall, and a kitten fell out through the hole he had made. The contractor discovered 9 adult cats and 6 more kittens over his next 8 hours of work, officials said. Animal Care and Control said one of the kittens did not survive, unfortunately, but the others were cleaned up and given veterinary care. They owe their lives to the contractor who saved them and brought them to us, the group said. The cats are scared. Some will require more socialization, but right now they are resting in their cages, officials said, and they will take some work before those kittens are ready for adoption. There are 2 links down below. One is to the video of the NBC station with the kittens, and the other one is the Facebook post that the Animal Care and Control posted. This next story comes right out of the Bible. Sorta. Whale swallows lobster diver, rejects him as a male. A Massachusetts lobster diver survived being swallowed up and then spat out by a humpback whale off the coast of Cape Cod, giving him about 40 surreal seconds in the mouth of the large marine animal. In his own biblical Jonah and the whale story, Michael Packard said it happened in a flash as he swam in about 45 feet of water, one moment before everything turned dark in an instant Friday. Packard said he initially thought he was attacked by a shark, but realized he didn't feel like he was bitten and wasn't in any pain. That's when he realized he was actually inside the mouth of a whale and fought to locate his breathing regulator, fearing he could run out of air and suffocate. But the whale had other plans moments later. A humpback whale tried to eat me, Packard told WBTS. I was in his closed mouth for about 30 to 40 seconds before he rose to the surface and spit me out. I am very bruised, but have no broken bones. Packard said for those frantic moments all he could think about was his 2 young boys and possibly dying inside the whale before the mammal rejected him as a meal. I could sense I was moving, he told Cape Cod Times. I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth. Doctors released Packard from Cape Cod Hospital in Hyannis, battered but no broken bones, and one heck of a fish story to tell. That's it for What in Tarnation and for this episode. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, wonderful week, and remember, choose kindness. You're going to make someone's day a little better and a little brighter with just one small act of kindness. See you guys soon. Bye.